Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late May 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Gemini collective in late May 2024. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What messages, energies, all that good stuff? What's going on with my friends here? And at the time in this moment, we are moving into Gemini season. Beautiful time of year, if you ask me. But let's see what we got in their season. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Gemini, please. One card out here, nice and quick. And while we get this card out, I just want to wish you all a very happy birthday as we move on into Gemini season, especially the early Geminis here. So I hope you have a fantastic one, my friends, from me to you. Okay, so we have this interesting card, and I always find him intriguing. First off, because he has an awesome haircut. But second, it could mean a lot of different things, okay? It could be things from the past. It could even be about entertainment. There's just a lot of different layers to this card, even though it seems very simple. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about our good friend over here. So if you look at the image, we have this dude with the awesome haircut, and he kind of has a film projector going, and you see this image of a lady showing up. Now in the deck, there's another card that is this exact image. So they're both kind of linked within the deck, and they both do talk about one, either a connection with an individual or something about the past. So when I see this, it makes sense, like right in your birthday season, that you might be doing a little more reminiscing than usual. This could be representing a person that you have a very long history with, a deep emotional bond whenever this card shows up. So it's very Six of Cups-esque whenever we see it, if you know what the Six of Cups means. Now, sometimes this could be cycles swinging back around, and we'll see if that shows up within the spread itself. But I always say with this card, he is entertaining himself. So for a lot of you, like, hey, maybe you need to cut loose a little bit. Maybe you need to enjoy yourself. Maybe you need to have fun. If you're having a little too much fun, maybe you need to tone it back. I'm not judging. But whenever this card shows up, it could be linked to either or when we come to those messages. Another thing I will say, though, since this card does have like a very simplistic surface with a lot going on underneath it, a lot of you could be affected, whether positively or in a challenging way, by a lot of different energies. You could be extra sensitive to the energies of those around you and the places you're in. But we're just going to leave that there. Let's get into tarot now. And I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time, see what we have for Gemini here as we move on into their birthday season, please. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was one of those readings that was a little rough last week. The reading was titled Beware of This Person. Okay, and I don't mean to title it that to like sound the alarm, but to me it did seem like there was someone where you might be questioning their motives, or somebody that just didn't have the best intentions. And when I see something in the reading, I'm going to tell you what it is, whether it resonates or not. So hopefully that wasn't the case for a lot of you, but there was a shifty type of energy. Let's see what we have for you this week, though. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards for Gemini. God's spirit team. What do we got going on for my friends as we move into their birthday season? There we go. Card number 1. Okay, 6 of Swords, really nice. That's a card of forward movement. It's a thing. It's things improving as well. So at least to me, this says the energy isn't stagnant, or at least it's not starting that way. Let's get a couple more. What do we got here for Gemini, please? 2 more. Thank you. Okay, 7 of Pentacles. So now the karmic energy is coming out to play. We'll get 1 more out here. Interesting. It's like a pump fake type of energy where it's like going, then it slows down. It's like we're starting, we're stopping. Let's get 1 more out here. So there could be a situation that is quite nuanced, my friends. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles right here on the back end, and it always makes me chuckle when this card shows up, and I say it every time. It often shows up in a sign's birthday season at least once. Many times it'll show up like almost every week. And we have the Sun right here as a bonus. So I'm feeling pretty good energy so far. It feels so far so good. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, elementally, it's an odd little mixture we have going on because we have a lot of earth here. Now, I know I have a lot of dealings with air signs, very cerebral individuals, and sometimes an abundance of earth energy could frustrate you a little bit. But with the double down of this earthy energy, for a lot of you, there could be things with long-term implications, or you might just be focused on your pentacles, right? Money, business, career, work, stuff like that could be really up at the top of the priority list here. But it's like the energy starts, then it stops, and it starts again. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like start, stutter step, start again with some situation. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out, because I really like what we have here on the back end as well. Like these last two cards, very positive. But position number one, we have the Six of Swords. Beautiful energy. So as I said, if you're going through a time of like tough situations or issues or problems, this is Spirit saying like, okay, things are about to get a lot better. Things are about to get smoother. This is a card of action. It's a card of moving forward, coming out of the choppy waters into the calm. Now, every single card in the tarot deck has positives and challenges attached to it. So when I see this, it could represent distance. It could represent traveling. So some of you might be planning a trip or a vacation of some sort. But the main thing I always say with this is improvement, things getting better, collecting wins. This is a really good card for that. Now, when we get to the challenge, this could represent an individual that you might feel like they're not doing everything they should be doing. In its worst case scenario, sometimes this could be giving up on something or abandoning something. So it's something we'll watch out for. But I always say I don't turn a card into a challenge unless I see a clarifier that tells me it. So I feel for a lot of you, this is either an action or something at least starting to move forward. Now, getting to the center is where we have that little brake pump. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So we see this individual, and he's chilling right there next to the Pentacles. He's waiting. So for a portion of you, you might be in a holding period. You might be in a waiting period. You're waiting on something or somebody. And it could be a person who's two minds about a situation as well. Like, all right, well, let's do it. Maybe not. Maybe yes. Maybe no. So it's like giving me very hot and cold type of energy here. The Seven of Pentacles could be about things paying off for you, reaping that harvest, good things coming in. Like good things come to those who wait. Very patient type of energy, and it does also connect to nature as well. So for a lot of you, you might need a little trip to nature, refresh your energy. But I always say that this is a big karmic card. Same could be said with the Six Pentacles right next to it, because to me, this card is reaping what you sow. What you put forth, you get back in return. So whether this is karma coming for someone else or a karmic cycle, we did kind of see something about the past showing up with the first card. We'll definitely want to revisit this. Now, getting to the back end, we have the Six of Pentacles. I love it. At face value, the Six of Pentacles is a very, very positive card. This card represents something you want to give your energy to, or someone wanting to give their energy to you. So you see what I mean? It's like go, stop, go. It's like go, stop, go. We have the double sixes showing up here. There is a big focus on career and money, but to me, this is a card of equality. It's a card of charity. So for a lot of you, like charitable works and doing things for others could really bring a light into your life. Helping others helps yourself in a way. That's kind of how this feels to me. But another thing with this card, it's my card of gift giving, right? So whether we're looking at a gift you're about to receive, maybe it's a gift you're wanting to give, that's just a little sub message I think of whenever this card shows up. It's a balancing act too. But another thing about it, you see that this person is holding the scales. So it's like we have two cards that could possibly represent karma in different forms. Now, onto the back end, your bonus card, you have the most positive card in the deck. You have the Sun. So whether this is highlighting Leo season for you or Leo itself, when I see the Sun, I think of source energy, the light, life, and love that shines down on us from source. It's beautiful. The Sun can also reveal things to you. So for a lot of Geminis, you could be connecting the dots with something. You could have revelations, eureka moments, aha moments, stuff like that. But when I see the Sun, it's like, okay, we're moving in a very positive direction here at the very least. So I want to dive deeper on all this, Gemini. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my Gemini friends here. God, Spirit Team, please. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Six of Swords. Let's see what this action's about. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Gemini, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Six of Swords, what's up? Why is that Six of Swords here? Deck is being very, very particular. And for those of you that are new here, I only read jumpers. So I'm doing these little shuffles. There we go. Wow. Okay. I feel like I saw this for you a few weeks ago and it's showing up for you again. We have the Ace of Cups in the upright. This is beautiful. Okay. So you're either moving towards something very positive or it's moving towards you with this Ace of Cups in the upright. Now, I will say this. If you've been going through a time and things have been emotionally charged, or you've had like a tumultuous time or a trying time, just like the Six of Swords indicates, you could be moving into a really good, more solid, stable time frame and time period here. This Ace of Cups, once again, is a card, as with all aces, and I dropped it, so you get a blooper reel this week, my friends. But all aces are opportunities and offers, and this Ace of Cups is no exception to that. It's a beautiful energy here. It could represent love, those that we have deep emotional connections with, but when I see it under the Six of Swords, it's like, all right, someone or something could be moving towards you and it's a very positive, or your emotions could be coming into a nice place. So we're seeing good action here. Whereas last week I was seeing like little things that were making me really concerned. This week it's like, all right, someone's doing the right thing, or at least trying to do the right thing. So we're just going to leave it at that. I feel like it's very simple. It's our starting place. This could also be someone's intentions. Okay, so this is someone at least trying to do right, or at least trying to do the right thing. Let's keep moving over to the Seven of Pentacles, though, especially with all this karmic energy. We'll see what that's about. So why is the Seven of Pentacles here? Thank you. Four of Cups. Bored. Okay, so for a lot of you, you might be bored with a situation or just bored in general in this time. And I know I mentioned something about entertainment in the early parts of the reading when we had this guy here. And I feel like that is showing up here once again. That's the first thing we're seeing. Intuitively, I do feel for some of you, you might just feel like something is dull, or something is like a little boring. It's not stimulating. That's a vibe I'm picking up. But for another portion of you, the Four of Cups is extremely mental, and we are seeing this karmic energy starting to come in, but you might be in a place where it's like, okay, well, when's it going to happen? When's this going to happen? Like, I know it's going to happen, but when? It's like giving me that vibe. So it's like impatiently waiting. So we have like this mixture of energy happening here where it's like, okay, I was making progress. Now what's the holdup? What's the blockage here? Okay, because it is like a little bit of a speed bump. I'm getting so many different things off this center spread. The Four of Cups is extremely cerebral. So just to sum it up for you once again, I do feel for a lot of you, you might need to shake things up, have some fun, because you might be feeling a little bored by something. And for another portion of you, you're waiting on something to happen. Like, all right, well, when is this going to happen? Or when is this going to come in? Let's keep moving forward and see if we could get more detail out of it. So let's see what's up with that Six of Pentacles. See if we get any more karmic archetypes here. Let's see what's up. And I will say this, for most of the spread, there's a lot of earth, there's a lot of water that could represent possibilities. But let's see what the Six of Pentacles has to say. So why is that six here? What's going on for my friends? Thank you. Yeah, so something picking up steam again. So we have another set of repeating numbers here for you, my good friends. So the Four of Swords in reverse underneath the Six of Cups. There's something big coming in. And I really like this energy, and it does feel positive for you. So if you have been going through anything that has stalled out, I feel like it could really start picking back up again. Because the way the energy's been flowing, it's like, all right, we're going, we're making progress. Stalls out, starts again. For another portion of you, I can say, and I saw this for another sign last week, and it's showing up for you. It's like a karmic cycle returning. Okay, so whether it's a situation that you've already been through something similar and you're going through it again, or whether it's an individual. When I see the Six of Pentacles with the Four of Swords in reverse, it's like, all right, well, so you thought that was at rest, it's going to come back around. So it could be a karmic cycle returning or a karmic return of some sort. But once again, I do feel for a lot of you, if you've been in some sort of hang up or if something's been frustrating you in whatever way, I could see it starting to break free in a positive way. So let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. Intriguing mixture of energy for you this week because there's a lot of stop and go, hot and cold type of energy. But position number one, we have the Six of Swords with the Ace of Cups. Beautiful forward movement. I did say for a lot of you, if you've been a little extra emotional in this time or you've been going through something, it's your emotions starting to mellow out, feeling comfy, feeling good. For a lot of you, it could be offers and opportunities coming in. It could be a lot of really good positive things and forward action. But then we have this little speed bump here in the center, the Seven of Pentacles with the Four of Cups in the upright. So some of you might be waiting on something. I did say there's like a little bit of a bored energy here too. So some Geminis, you might need some stimulation in this time. Okay, so like whether it's mental stimulation or just going out and having a good time, there's this energy of feeling bored by something, if that makes sense. But it can be a hang up of some sort or waiting on something. Like, I know it's coming, but when? Onto the back end, we have the Six of Pentacles with the Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this is where it starts picking back up again. So it's like start, stop, start again. It feels pretty good to me. There could be a karmic cycle returning back around. All right, so you might have to relive something similar that you've already been through. But the main part I feel here is like something opening up in a positive way. So please take a screenshot of that. See what's in the shadows for you, my friends. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see just yet. Shadow cards do not always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So get one here, please. And yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for all my members. I really do. Let's get you one shadow card here. What do we have in the shadows for Gemini, please? What is happening? Thank you. Hey, we got our good friend, the King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself, with a tentacle beard in this deck here. So for a portion of you, when the King of Cups shows up in the shadows, it could be several different things. One, you might just be connected to a water sign. Simply a water sign being in your energy could be a big message here. But I always say that kings represent control of their respective suit. And when I see the King of Cups, that's someone who's kind of control of like their creativity, but their emotions, their feelings. So for some of you, now might be a time where you're grappling with various different feelings and emotions. Or maybe you've come to a place in your journey in life where you have a pretty good hold over things, where it's like, okay, I'm good with going with the flow. When things pop up, I could take it in stride. It's kind of giving me that energy. So this could be very good. But another thing I always mention about the King of Cups is he can also represent romance and love. Okay, so the fact that he is showing up here in the shadows, this could represent some sort of emotional connection that you have that is still lingering with you. Now, could this be someone current? Absolutely. Could this be something from the past? Sure. It all really depends on your story and what it is you're going through. But the King of Cups generally has things under control. So I feel like that's a positive thing. I feel like you taking your journey in stride, which is really nice. So Gemini, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The May subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a one-on-one personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar at mastermetaphysics.com. But for the May subscriber surprise, we're doing a winner's choice this month, my friends. 2 lucky subscribers will get their choice of either the Everyday Witches Tarot, which is a wonderful deck. It's one of my favorites. Or you can choose a crystal pendant of your choice from my website. They're homemade. The energy is luscious. They're beautiful. So it's winner's choice there. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments where in the world you are from. You don't have to give me your home address or anything like that. It could be your country, state, province, whatever it might be. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again soon.